This video explores how to construct effective prompts for OpenAI for the purpose of generating better marketing copy. I'm assuming that you're already familiar with the StoryBrand messaging framework. StorySheet is a product that makes building a brand script much easier. It also generates all of the AI prompts that we're going to use for building out a before and after grid. This is the blank before and after grid. It's a structure from Digital Marketer, and AI is going to help us fill it out. We use this structure to organize information about a product or service. In the next slides, we'll cover the individual components of the grid. We start with the demographics and interests of our target audience. From the BrandScript section of the workbook, we've already pulled in one of the target demographics, copywriters, what they want, exceptional copywriting, and the solution that we're offering. We can add additional information about our customers in the block shown here. For copywriters, I'm going to assume that they are averse to change and resist anything they don't understand. Though there are exceptions, we can infer that they are generally not early adopters of technology. Then, we press the yellow button to regenerate the prompt for AI. The prompt pulls in the information we already know for context, including the problems and failure elements from our brand script. We can also make changes to the prompt before sending it to AI or take it as is. The green button sends the prompt to AI, and its suggestions show up in the blue boxes in the middle of the screen. You can add your own ideas at any time, before or after the AI. If you send the data to AI a second time, you may get additional options to choose from. But your task is now to evaluate your choices by relevance and quality. You rank the choices by placing numbers to the left of the relevant options. Your choices are sorted up top in gray, and the red bars indicate that your choices have not yet been published. Press Ship It, and your choices turn green to indicate that they have been published to the before and after grid, where they show up here. We're going to repeat the same steps for the additional areas of the grid. The process is simple. We start with our own inputs, AI fleshes out additional options, then we stack rank the choices that we want to approve and build upon. The next section is Prior Actions and Purchases. Here, we have an additional spot to specifically describe what our offer is. We want to describe our offer so that AI will recognize additional items that may be similar to our offering. With that in place, we can generate the prompt. The prompt has the core question up top, and down below is the context that we want to feed to AI. We're asking for a list of 10 actions that customers might have taken and purchases they may have made. For context, we're giving it the problems our customers face, what failure looks like, and the demographics and interests that we already ranked from the prior steps. From among the list of purchases and actions, we review and rank the ones that we know are most relevant. AI can make suggestions quickly, but it is still up to us to use our judgment and determine what constitutes quality and relevance. The red borders mean that our ranked selections have not yet been published. Press Ship It, and your choices are published to the grid. When we get to the section on what drives a customer's purchase, we have some reference information to consider. We're going to use this to guide the AI by including it in our prompt. The formula to prompt for key purchase drivers is shown here and uses most of the information we know so far. We also start to see how making our selections in earlier steps helps guide what we get later on. Based on the growing quality of our prompt, we're asking the AI to specifically provide what we want. We get back a list of relevant purchase drivers from which we rank the ones that are relevant. Of course, we're free to add our own or to modify any of the answers that were suggested. Up top, they're automatically sorted for us in rank order. And as soon as we press Ship It, items turn green. That means that they were automatically published to the grid, and we're ready to move to the next element. For fears and frustrations, regenerating the prompt will flesh out the template above, incorporating our choices thus far. And of course, you're still free to modify the prompt before sending it to AI. I'm showing the formula here, but the live sheet has these variables fleshed out with your text elements. Rank the top 5 fears and frustrations that come back, and they will show up at the top of the page in priority order. Press Ship It, and your choices will be published to the grid, where they show up here. The next part of the before and after grid is the customer's wants and aspirations. Most of the prompt and context here is the same, except for the part in bold where we ask AI to list the wants and aspirations that a customer may have based on what we know so far. Rank the top 5 wants and aspirations that come back, and they will show up at the top of the page in priority order. Press Ship It, and your choices will be published to the grid. At this point, we've generated a considerable amount of information to be used for understanding our target audience. All that remains is to compare your customer state before and after working with your product or service. We're going to look specifically at what your customer has, what they feel, their average day, anything related to their personal status in life, and their philosophical outlook. The latter element looks at their sense of good versus evil as it relates to your offer. The right-hand side of the worksheet already pulled in elements from your previous work with BrandScripts. Here, we see the problem elements that your customer has, as well as what success looks like. Further down is what failure looks like, as well as the elements of our customer's one-liner, the problem they have, the solution you deliver, and the results that you produce. Finally, on the bottom are suggestions from AI regarding the before and after states for you to consider. That means that for several of the before and after elements, you can simply point to the source content to pull it in. When you're confident that you have identified the relevant before and after information, press Ship It. And you now have a fully completed before and after grid that you can use for future copywriting, social media planning, targeting for advertising, or for building out a persona for your marketing. This grid has more information on it than may show clearly on the video, so the video description will link to a larger version that you can review in greater detail. More relevant for you, however, is that StorySheet can help you build your before and after grid with ease. Please go to StorySheet.com for additional information about what StorySheet can do for you.